Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Claresta Hasta Kamila from Psychology Department. Today I want to present my middle exam assignment with material that have been given, starting from Unit 1, 4, and 5. And there will be an explanation of the text and the answer from the exercise. Unit 1 is described about psychology at a glance. Unit 4 talk about on being shy, how I wish I weren't shy, and Unit 5 about childhood depression. Unit 1 Psychology at a glance. I will put the text here. So, psychology studies the activity of individual. The science of human behavior is actually a group of science. On one side, we find psychology investigating the organs and cells that do the work of the organism. And the other side, we see the social science studying nation and groups of mankind. There is room for a middle science that shall focus its attention on the individual. The middle science is psychology. Psychology studies the individual activity throughout his span of life, from the beginning before birth up to the end of life. During this life history, the man remains the same individual, although his behavior show continuity along with many change. Psychology compares children and adults, the normal and the abnormal, and the human and the animal. It is interested in the difference between one individual and another, and still more interested, if possible, in the general law of activity, including even of very different individual laws, for example, of growth, learning, thinking, and emotion. Psychology can be defined as the science of the individual activities. The word activity is used here in a broad sense. It includes not only motor activity like walking and speaking, but also cognitive, knowledge getting, activities like seeing, hearing, remembering, thinking, and other emotional activity, like laughing and crying, or feeling happy or sad. This last many seem passive because they are activities, for they depend on the life of the organism. Any manifestation of life can be called an activity. No matter how passive an individual may seem to himself in watching a game or listening to music, he is really carrying on an activity. The only way to be complete in activity is to be that. Next to the question, exercise 1. What is psychology? Psychology is the understanding of a person's mental nature, behavior, and studies the activity of individual. There is on the paragraph 1 of the text. Number 2, name some individual activity. For example, he is studying English, she feels happy, Yuri is memorizing a food recipe. Because from the paragraph 2, individual activity can be example like of growth, learning, thinking, and emotion. Number 3, give examples of motor, cognitive, and emotional activity. First, motor activity is a term to describe the behavior of human body movement. For example, like a teenager learn how to drive bicycle or car. Next, cognitive activity is a process including remembering, problem solving, and making decisions, such as thinking, reasoning, remembering, seeing, and hearing. Next is emotional activity. It's an activity that expresses our feeling, for example, like laughing, crying, happy, or sad. Next, number 4 is listening to music a kind of activity. Why and why not? Yes, it is, because hearing or listening is one of cognitive activity. Number 5, what is mean by the science of human behavior is actually a group of science. It means we can understand it from many sides of science. On one side, we know that psychology investigating the organs and cells, and the other side, we know that psychology studies about individual activity. So it means we can understand it from many sides. Number 6, when do we call an individual completely inactive? We call an individual completely inactive is when someone really has no activity. It called we are dead. Number 7, the word activity is used in a very broad of sense. What does it mean? The word activity is used here in a broad sense because there is just not called an activity like motor activity like walking, running, speaking, but there is also a cognitive activity like seeing, hearing, thinking, knowledge getting, and emotional activity like laughing, crying, happy, angry. It is also a kind of activity. Next, number 8. What kind of activity is happening when you write a letter to your girl or boyfriend? Write a letter is one of motor activity because this is writing. Because she or he is writing for her or his boy or girlfriend. Number 9, why do we study human behavior? Because by we know someone habit or learning human behavior, it can make us more understand ourselves and other people habits, and we can give them some advice. Number 10, what causes the difference between individual? In my opinion, the genetic and environment played a big role on it because we build our own character in environment, family, school, peers, and many more. Next, unit 4 on being shy, and I will put the text here. How many times have you felt angry with yourself because you were shy to speak up when you really want to have a conversation with others person? Are party time for standing in the corner and watching other chat and dance, afraid to join them? Do you listen to discussion but do not give any opinion because you think you are smart enough? Do you wish you be friendly but don't know how? All these thoughts lead to unhappy feeling. This kind of unhappiness comes about not because other people are trying to hurt us. We make this unhappiness for ourselves. Naturally, we really don't hurt ourselves, but often we grow up thinking we are not as good as others. We are inferior. Everyone is better, smarter, and more interesting. This negative thought make us shy. Why do we do this out to ourselves? Only a psychologist can discover the reason. It is interesting to note that very large number of people are shy. There is, however, good news if we want to get rid of shyness, because it can be done. We can help ourselves be rid of shyness. Nobody is perfect and everybody has a good quality. Is it fair to pay attention to our imperfection and overlook our good qualities? Definitely not. The following suggestion may be helpful in reducing shyness. Number 1, first, understand that you cannot eliminate shyness overnight. It is a slow process that you must work gradually. Number 2, think about the situation when being shy is most painful. Perhaps your biggest problem is making small talk with a stranger at a party. In that case, prepare yourself with some interesting current news to talk about. The weather is a topic often used for starting conversation. Number 3, getting the other person to talk about himself or herself is a clever idea. Many people enjoy talking about themselves or giving giving their opinion. For example, you can say something like, I notice you like a modern jewelry. Your rings are very unusual. Did you design them yourself? This can be start of a friendship. Number 4, whenever you begin making a negative comparison between yourself and others, force yourself to stop doing that immediately. Take your thought of yourself, observe others, and think of a compliment with which to start a conversation with someone. Number 5, if you are shy at work, where there are many coworkers, choose the least intimidating person to perhaps have coffee with or make casual small talk with. Number 6, know that if in effort the socialism time is unsuccessful. It happens to everyone now and then. Feel proud of yourself making the effort. Number 7, if you are required to give a report to a group, tell them that you feel nervous. This feeling is quite natural, and everyone can sympathize. Expressing that the group will make you feel better. Number 8, think about your good qualities and believe that you are as good as anyone else because you are. Number 9, take a course in developing self-confidence and read books on the subject. Life is much more enjoyable for people who are not shy. To the question, number 1, it is difficult for you to ask stranger for the direction or information. For me, it's not too difficult to ask someone because I want to get lost. Number 2, do you let others make decision for you because you are afraid to speak up? I think no, because I always make my own decision. Number 3, when you are with people who talk with others easily, do you wish you were able to do that? Yes, because sometimes I don't talk to people easily. Number 4, in what situation do you feel shy and uncomfortable? When I have a presentation and I have to talk in front of people. Next, it's comprehension check. We have to know the answer is true or false. Number 1, not many people shy. Based on the text, it's false. Number 2, others make us shy. It's also false. Number 3, shy people have negative thought about themselves. It's true. Number 4, at a party, try to speak at least one person. This is first step in fighting shyness. It's true. Number 5, giving someone a compliment is a good way to start small talk. It's false. Number 6, shyness should be kept as a secret. It's true. Number 7, every person has a good qualities. It's true. Number 8, we can quickly eliminate shyness when we decide to do that. It's true. Number 9, we can reduce shyness with a step-by-step plan. It's true. Number 10, only perfect people are not shy. It's false. To the question, number 1, what happened when 5-year-old children say nobody likes me? The children tend to be popularity conscious. Number 2, what happened when 10-year-old children say nobody likes me? When danger signal is happened. For example, their classmate had accused him of stealing from the teacher purse. Number 3, what will the children do when they get depression? They never return to school. Number 4, why do the children get depression? Because there is some evidence for a biochemical predisposition which may be triggered by specific experience. Number 5, when the children are accused by their friend, will they get depression? Yes, they will. Number 6, what are symptoms of childhood with depression? They walk very little, cry a great deal, have a trouble concentrating, sleep too much or too little, lose their appetite, start doing poorly in school, look unhappy, sad, complain of physical ailment, feel overwhelmingly guilty, suffer severe separation anxiety, or think often about death or suicide. Number 7, what happened to the parent when the children get depression? Sometimes parents not always recognize minor problem of the children depression. For the conclusion, we learn a lot about psychology because we have to answer a question that already given from the exercise, and therefore read the text slowly so we can get the right answer and get it, because the question is based on the text. Thank you for your attention. Sorry if there are many mistakes and wrong pronunciation. I hope I can get a good score from today's presentation. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Be healthy, everyone.